Welcome again, guys. Welcome to Chris's Caribbean Delights. And today let's make some plantain empanadas. We're going to make some sweet plantain empanadas. And first you need to boil your plantains. These are the sweet plantains I peeled and I'm boiling them for about 10 minutes. And once we do that, we're going to take them out and we're going to crush them and we're going to make a mixture that will hold our empanadas. So, I'll be back. Now I'll use my potato ricer to crush the plantains. They've been boiling for about 10 minutes. They're really soft. And let's do the ricer. That's an easy crush. Let's get some more in here. So now that our plantains are crushed, we'll just add the rest of our ingredients. So, in order to mix this, to make the mixture for the empanadas, we have the plantains here, two large ripe plantains that we crushed. I'm going to add some flour, corn flour. We're going to add some corn flour, not cornmeal, corn flour, and I have 1 cup of corn flour here. I'm going to just add a half of it first and see how much more we need. Green seasoning. You add a tablespoon of green seasoning. And my other dry spices, I'm going to use some bullion powder, some complete seasoning. I have here some Sazon, and I have some paprika. And we just throw that all in there. I will give this a mix. It's coming together. Once it starts to come together, we have some mozzarella cheese we'll put in there. We'll put some mozzarella cheese in the empanadas of itself, and then we'll put some more we'll stuff it with some mozzarella cheese before we saute them, or however we're gonna cook them, grill them. We need a thicker consistency, so we add some more, add the rest of the flour here. And we see if we need to add any more. Because we're going to put this between two pieces of plastic wrap, and if you have an empanada press, you can press it, or if you have a tortilla press, you can press it. Or I'm going to just use a small pot with a nice flat bottom and put it between 2 pieces of plastic wrap. I'll show you how I do that, and flatten it out when I'm ready. Hey, and did I mention I needed an egg in there? Almost forgot the egg. So let's whip that egg up and get it into the mixture. Let's get that egg in there. Continue mixing, just make sure it's all incorporated. You know, we're going to need like a half a cup of flour. So it's going to be like a cup and a half of flour so far. Let's see how much that gives us. A half a cup. So 2 cups of flour, so 2 cups of corn flour so far. Yeah, awesome. Because when you pick it up, you need to pick it up and be able to make it into a ball like that, and then it's going to flatten out. Yeah, so we're good. So we're going to let this sit for a minute so that it can absorb everything. Just make sure everything is mixed in. Okay, we'll just mix it up for a little more. Let it sit for about 10 minutes before we start doing anything else with it. Well, here I am preparing another filling for the empanadas. I have here a can of pink salmon, which I seasoned with some complete seasoning and some bullion powder, as usual. And I also have some fresh green seasoning, a red bell pepper, piece of onion, garlic, and celery. And I am going to saute this all together. I just blended all that up, and I'm going to saute this all together and get the, once this is nice and wilted and cooked, I'll just get the salmon in there and let it dry out and absorb all the flavor. And then we'll proceed to fill our empanadas. I said first I was going to do some with the mozzarella cheese. Mozzarella is so bland, you know, and I'm accustomed to spices, so I'll do a couple with the mozzarella, and then I'll do some with my salmon mix here. So that's the deal. We're switching things up here. Flavors. Now the filling is nice and dry, caramelized a little. That's what I like. It's ready for empanadas. So we let this cool, give it about 10 minutes, blow off some of that steam, and then we'll be ready to fill our empanadas. So this is how we form our empanadas, the circle, the disc for empanadas. I have this nice little this pot with a flat bottom. Put it between 2 pieces of plastic wrap, and I just press it down. Press it down firmly and evenly until it becomes a disc. All right? To your thickness, to your, however thick you want it. Then we just put our filling in there. Let's see how thick it is. Maybe we can go a little more, a little flatter. Not too flat because you don't want any holes in it. Okay. About a tablespoon of your salmon filling. Bring your plastic wrap up, fold it over. Seal the edges. And you can do a lot of stuff. You can crimp the edges. Cut off the excess. Just shape it up a little. Turn it over into your hand. Place it in your pan to fry. It's as simple as that. So you just give it a chance to, it's a medium low, very low heat. And you just give it a chance to caramelize on both sides. You take about a minute on one side and a minute on the other side, because remember, everything inside is cooked already and it's going to heat through, and that's it. So when we're ready to flip, I'll be back. So here we are, guys, sweet plantain empanadas filled with sauteed salmon. Salmon, it's a canned salmon. I just sauteed with onions and garlics and stuff like that, just make it nice and palatable, nice flavors. And we stuffed the empanadas with that. I also did some with some mozzarella, but here is the one with the salmon. The salmon empanadas. Sweet plantain salmon empanadas. Awesome. Let's give it a taste. And here we go. Cheers. Sweet plantain salmon empanadas. Awesome. Can you see that? Soft, delicious, delectable. The salmon comes through. So when you see those ripe plantains, or those sweet plantains are about to get dark black, here's something you can do with them. Peel them, boil them, crush them, mix them with some corn flour, stuff an empanada, and there you go. I'll see you in the next clip, coming up soon.